Welcome to the Mothership Connection, and I am B. Montgomery. I have some fantastic people in the house with me today, and before we wrap this year of 2009 up, I would like to introduce them to you. I have to my very, very right, my sister Phillips Lee, and she's a minister of God. And to my very, very left, I have Mr. Denroy Morgan, who is a musical genius. He's also a man of God. And we're here today to clear up some things about Christianity and Rastafari.
Hallelujah.
World. How y'all doing?
God be praised, we're good.
How you doing, y'all? Good?
I'm sitting on the mothership, so
you know that's
I'm good.
right.
I'm
you
sailing
know
right
that's
now.
right. I watched y'all for the past 72 hours that we've been doing a lot of footage together, and the energy between y'all is amazing.
Hallelujah.
And I would like to welcome that energy to the Mothership Connection.
Hallelujah.
Now, I would like for y'all to explain to my audience
Yes.
what you're doing together here.
Can I?
Yes, you may.
Okay. We are here to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ and the praise of Judah. We are here to represent the unification of the Lamb on the Lion. We are here to represent the unification of redemption and restoration. We are here to represent the restoring of the Davidic covenant to a people that was lost
Yes.
and oppressed
Right.
and misused and misled. That's what we're doing here.
And you know what? A lot of people just think people in the music industry just know about music and music only. And when you are a Rasta like you are, a lot of us, and I got to say us because I have to count myself in, years ago when I met people that look like you, we always thought Rasta Ganji. Now, you're with Sister Glenda, who is a Christian.
Right.
And I heard you mention that you're an Israelite.
Yes.
How does the two fit together?
Okay, now, by studying the words of the
Right.
Bible from Genesis to Revelation,
Right.
we understand that God made a covenant with a nation
Right.
that came out of a family.
Right.
The family, the father of that family was Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel.
Right.
So his children had the surname of the Israelites. Now God have made covenant with Abraham, with David, with men of old from ancient time. Now the Davidic covenant is that which we pick up on. We are Israelites through the redemption of Jesus Christ. Not through we are by blood Israelite, even though we are. But we're not going to focus on that.
Right.
Otherwise, you get into this racial thing, and you get into this bloodline thing.
Right.
So, and we want to let it stay spiritual. So
Right.
through the redemption of Christ, we claim the blessing of the house of Israel. That's how we become Israelites. So Israelites ought to be Christian too, because Christ came to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right, Sister Glenda?
Right.
I would like to know how did Brother Morgan and Sister Glenda, how did y'all meet and in this ministry together as one?
Okay, it was a miraculous situation because originally, as Mr. Morgan explained, the Morgans came to the church for a watery baptism. And in that meeting, he heard me sing. I was the praise leader at the Ethiopian Orthodox Coptic Church at the time. And it's been about 12 years, look like. He came
11
with 7
years
years.
exactly now.
Right.
Yeah.
So he came and he said, I'll be back. I want to do some recording with you. And mind you, it took 7 years. But I had a friend and his name was
Clifford
Branch. And Clifford Branch had sort of disappeared, but he was on tour with
Maxi Priest.
Maxi Priest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got in touch with Cliff and I said, well, and Miss Morgan said, I'm waiting on my musician to come back. And I was speaking to Cliff over the phone once he got back, and Cliff says, there's someone I want you to meet. I said, well, in the meantime, I said, I met a guy named Denroy Morgan, and he wants to do some music. And Cliff said, Denroy, I know him. And I said, wait a minute. And I made a phone call, a three-way. And Denroy was waiting on, Ambassador Morgan, was the very person I was waiting on.
This is amazing.
Hallelujah.
And it was amazing. And we came together, and I mean, the unity has been awesome. Everything fell in place. I received a prophecy that God was going to launch the album, the music was going to take off, and it was going to be sold all over the world. It was 3 days later, Denroy came from Jamaica and said, we need to hit the studio now. The time is right now.
Hallelujah.
And getting in the studio with Denroy and Clifford Branch was awesome. We didn't have to go in 5 or 6 times, but the first time we laid the track, it was the track.
Hot.
Okay. Okay, so now he's Bishop Morgan.
That's prophecy. I've called him Bishop for a while.
She would love
Okay.
that, and there's a few brothers that feel the same way. But you know, representing the King David Sabbatical Musical Ministry and
All right.
representing the ASAF ministry, I'm quite contented to be the ambassador of the Ethiopian Orthodox Coptic Church to the Rasta community internationally, and to be an elder. That's enough for me.
Is that enough?
That's enough for me.
All
So
right.
I'm very comfortable. I feel like I can complete my mission with those offices.
Right.
The office of a bishop, I'm not really feeling it.
No.
There are so many other men that are there to hold that position. I want to hold mine down.
All right. Now the music will continue,
Absolutely.
and you have an album coming out.
I'm in the studio right now.
Right.
I'm working with my producer of 25 years?
Yes.
His name is Rick Tusker, a very good producer. He's now producing an album as we speak. I was in the dressing room, and that was a phone call from him, but I couldn't answer it because I
Right.
know I would be killing time here.
Okay.
So I'm in the studio making a new record, and it's going to be called Link Up for the next year, which is 2010.
Denroy Morgan and I have a person that in common, Bert Reed.
Okay.
Bert Reed was a great friend of mine, and he produced, written.
Yes, he wrote, I'll Do Anything For You.
I'll
For
do it
me.
For you.
He didn't write it for someone else, and I
No,
got the song.
he wrote it for
He
you.
wrote it for me. And thank God that he did that, because he saw the state that I was in.
Right.
I was in a very confused state where my music was going.
Okay.
About where my music was going, because my band, the Black Eagles, they had some different thinking towards the music than I did. I had a
Okay.
more open mind.
I know that's right.
And when Bert came on board,
Right.
it was right on time.
Right. And
God bless his soul.
And you know, Bert told me the story about the song before he gave it to him. He wrote the song was called "I'll Do Anything for God." I'll do anything for Him. And that was the title of the song.
Yes.
That was the title of the song.
Amen.
I'll do it. It was a gospel song.
Amen.
I'll do anything for God.
Right. And we were thinking of a way to make it possible for everyone to want to take it to
To
themselves.
understand it, right?
So then he changed it to For You.
For you, I'll do anything for you.
And you know, Denroy never told me that.
He didn't-
And I
oh.
remember there was times I
Oh.
discussed that with him, and I said, Dada, we got to make that a gospel. I
That
said, we
is a
have
gospel
to.
song. You
Here
didn't
it is
tell her it
today.
was?
No, I didn't tell her the
Oh,
story.
they
didn't
But
tell
you
me.
brought it.
Well, I know the story.
He didn't tell me.
That's a gospel song. I'll do anything for
Lord,
God, for
God
the
of
Lord.
Israel.
Amen.
And he changed it to "I'll do anything for you," so everybody will be
Can claim
able
it.
to claim that song. I'll do anything
Amen.
for
So
you.
we have to do that song.
One day the Lord probably will just
We
allow
have
us
to.
to do it. Yes.
It's done. Consider it done.
Okay.